Good evening, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
أصحاب المعالي والسعادة السيدات والسادة، مساء الخير وأهلا وسهلا بكم في ليلة نحتفي فيها بالعلم ونرسم معا ملامح مستقبل مشرق للإنسانية.
Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, bonsoir. Welcome to the UNESCO FOZAN International Prize for the promotion of young scientists in science, technology, engineering and mathematics.
نلتقي الليلة في جائزة اليونسكو الفوزان الدولية في نسختها الثانية، جائزة وجدت لتدعم العلم والعلماء في مختلف المجالات ومن شتى بقاع العالم.
Bienvenue à la remise du prix international UNESCO FOZAN pour la promotion des jeunes scientifiques dans les domaines des sciences, de la technologie, de l'ingénierie et des mathématiques. My name is Hajar Abdullah. I am a Saudi TV presenter and I am very honored to be your host this evening.
And my name is Abdulaziz Al-Fadli and I am truly delighted to be co-hosting alongside my friend and colleague Hajar. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we gather to honor the power of science, the beauty of discovery, and the brilliance of young minds whose vision and dedication shape the future of humanity. نجتمع هنا لنحتفي بالعلم ونكرم العقول المبدعة التي تصنع الأمل وتكتب فصول المستقبل.
Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, ce soir, nous nous réunissons pour célébrer le pouvoir de la science, la beauté de la découverte et l'éclat des jeunes esprits, dont la vision et le dévouement façonnent l'avenir de l'humanité.
And now we invite you to immerse yourselves in a scientific, cultural, and artistic journey, an experience to see, to hear, and to feel.
Nous vous invitons à présent à plonger dans un voyage scientifique, culturel et artistique, une expérience à voir, à entendre et à ressentir. Just like a musical symphony, our evening will unfold in 3 movements, and the digital art on screen behind us that will see each sequence is inspired by generative art, where algorithms transform data into images that ignite imagination.
And let us begin with the Act 1, Electric Minds. And to officially open the ceremony, please welcome to the stage the brilliant composer and artist with her song Electric that she adapted specially for tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frederica Stahl.
Streetlights on the wall.
Wow. What a way to start this evening, Hajar.
Wonderful electric, Frederica, very beautiful, magnifique.
Thank you,
Ladies
Frederica.
and gentlemen, another round of applause for Frederica Stahl.
She deserves it.
Whom we will have the pleasure of hearing again later this evening.
So, for the next one, let's go.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to invite on stage Ms. Lina for her speech. Go ahead, please.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, our young scientists. Assalamu alaikum, bonsoir, and good evening. My name is Lina Al-Faleh, and it is my great honor to welcome you to the second edition of the UNESCO FOZAN International Prize for the promotion of young scientists in STEM. Growing up in Saudi Arabia, I was inspired by the great scientists of the Arab world. Al-Khwarizmi, Ibn Sina, Ibn al-Haytham, and many others who laid the foundation of modern science and technology. Yet, all around us, homes and classrooms were filled with products that had labels from the West. So that left me and many others wondering, when will contributions once again emerge from our part of the world, or from the global South more broadly? Well, lessons from universities, laboratories, and research centers around the world is this: science knows no borders. Whether in Riyadh or Rio, Boston or Bangalore, discovery flourishes when diverse people come together. When it comes to STEM, we live not as separate nations or regions, but as one village. And everyone, no matter where they are, has the opportunity to contribute to the next scientific revolution, whether in artificial intelligence, biotechnology, clean energy, or education. And tonight, this ceremony celebrates exactly that: contributions drawn from 5 corners of the earth, but belonging to one single village, the global community of STEM. This is all thanks to the visionary Mr. Abdullah Al-Fozan and the entire Al-Fozan Foundation team and UNESCO for joining hands to create a platform that empowers youth and encourages science. The prize is more than just a recognition. It is public policy in action, setting norms, creating incentives, and signaling to the world that investing in youth and science is not optional, but essential. So as we honor today's laureates, let us also pledge to ensuring that every child, wherever they may be, has the safety, the opportunity, and the support to create their own contributions one day. That is the promise of the UNESCO FOZAN Prize, to nurture science, empower youth, and build a future where discoveries belong not to one nation, but to all of humanity. It is now my great honor to welcome you to this celebration of science and of the incredible laureates whom I cannot wait for you to meet and celebrate. Thank you.
In laboratories around the globe, a quiet revolution is unfolding. Young minds, driven by curiosity and purpose, are pushing the boundaries of what we know and what we dare to imagine. From the mysteries of quantum physics to the intricacies of molecular biology, from the promise of artificial intelligence to the precision of nanotechnology, humanity stands at the threshold of a new era. This is more than a moment of discovery. It's the dawn of transformation. At the heart of this scientific awakening are the world's brightest young talents, researchers, innovators, and changemakers whose work could redefine our future. But innovation alone is not enough. In a time of global challenges, from environmental crises to public health threats, we need science with purpose and breakthroughs grounded in responsibility and vision. Recognizing this, UNESCO and Abdullah Al Fazan Foundation for Education have joined forces to celebrate and elevate the contributions of emerging leaders in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Through a powerful international prize rooted in shared values and social responsibility, they aim to shine a spotlight on work that matters not only in laboratories and academic journals, but in communities and everyday lives. With the support of the Abdullah Al Fazan Foundation for Education, this initiative is more than recognition. It's a call to action, a beacon for young scientists around the world, reminding them that their passion and perseverance has the power to shape a more sustainable, equitable, and inspired future. And for the next generation, this prize becomes a promise that science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, when guided by purpose, can change the world.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to invite to the stage Ms. Lydia Brito, Assistant Director General for Natural Sciences of UNESCO.
Please give her a very warm welcome.
Excellencies, President of the General Conference, Chairperson of the Executive Board, Honorable Minister of Investment of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Chairman of the Al Fazan Holding, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to France, Ambassador and Permanent Delegate of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to UNESCO, distinguished ambassadors and permanent delegates, distinguished laureates, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Director General, it is my great honor to address you today as we celebrate the second edition of the UNESCO Al Fazan International Prize for the Promotion of Young Scientists in Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. I'm particularly proud to witness the continuous growth and impact of this remarkable partnership between UNESCO and FOZAN Foundation. The second edition of any prize is always very special. It marks the transition from an inaugural moment to an established tradition. It demonstrates our shared commitment to nurturing the next generation of scientific leaders who will shape our future. The prizes embodies two fundamental principles that lie at the heart of UNESCO's mission. First, that science must serve all humanity, transcending borders and barriers. Second, that young people are not just the leaders of tomorrow, they are the innovators of today, already making groundbreaking contributions to our understanding of the world. We at UNESCO are deeply grateful to the FOZAN Foundation for their visionary support, which enables us to recognize and celebrate these exceptional young minds from across the globe. In our rapidly evolving world, the challenges we face, from climate change to health crisis, from technological divides to sustainable development, requires the kind of innovative thinking that only comes from diverse perspectives and fresh approaches. This is precisely what our laureates represent: the power of young scientific minds to address humanity's most pressing challenges with creativity, determination, and hope. Today, we have the privilege of honoring 5 extraordinary young scientists whose work spans continents and disciplines, yet shares a common thread of excellence and impact. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, our laureates this year embody the truly global nature of scientific collaboration and innovation. Their achievements span diverse regions and disciplines, from pioneering advance in STEM education in Namibia to cutting-edge research in high-energy physics in Morocco, from critical contributions to climate science in China, to groundbreaking work in cancer genetics epidemiology in Cyprus, and to the protection of vital ecosystems through Amazonian science and conservation in Peru. Together, they demonstrate how science can overcome borders to address humanity's most pressing issues and inspire the next generation. These 5 laureates represent the very best that young scientists can achieve, representing, as I mentioned, different continents, cultures, and scientific disciplines. They are united by their commitment to using science as a force for good. At a time when we recognize that diversity in science leads to better outcomes, when we understand that global challenges require global solutions, these gift laureates remind us that the future of science is bright, inclusive, and full of promise. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate these 5 exceptional young scientists. Let us recognize not only their individual achievements, but also how they collectively represent science power to unite us in a common purpose. We must continue to support them and countless of others like them, ensuring that the next generation of scientists has every opportunity to flourish and contribute to our shared human future. The second edition of the prize marks not the end, but the beginning of what I'm confident will be a long and impactful tradition of recognizing scientific excellence and nurturing young talents. I thank you very much, and once again, congratulations to our 5 laureates. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lydia Brito, for your vision and ever-present commitment. Your remarks remind us that investing in young scientists is investing in humanity's shared future, where knowledge, innovation, and cooperation light the path to sustainable development.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted to welcome His Excellency, Mr. Abdullah Ali Al-Tkhays, Permanent Delegate of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to UNESCO. Please give him a very warm welcome.
السيدة رئيسة المؤتمر العام، السيدة رئيسة المجلس التنفيذي، ممثلة المديرة العامة لمنظمة اليونسكو، مساعدة المديرة العامة لقطاع العلوم، معالي المهندس خالد بن عبد العزيز الفالح وزير الاستثمار، أصحاب المعالي والسعادة، ممثلي وفود الدول الأعضاء، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نجتمع اليوم في مناسبة تجسد اهتمام المملكة العربية السعودية الراسخ بالعلم والإنسان، إذ جعلت من المعرفة والتنمية المستدامة أحد الركائز الرئيسية لرؤيتها الطموحة. وانطلاقاً من هذا النهج سخرت المملكة جهودها للاستثمار في بناء العقول وتمكين الإنسان من أجل خدمة البشرية الجمعاء. واستمراراً لهذه الرسالة السامية، تواصل المملكة دعم المبادرات العلمية والإنسانية محلياً ودولياً، لتؤكد التزامها العميق بالتعليم والابتكار وتمكين الشباب، وذلك لأنها تؤمن بأن الاستثمار في الإنسان والمعرفة هو السبيل الأمثل لصناعة غد مزدهر للجميع. وتأتي مبادرة مؤسسة عبد الله الفوزان للتعليم لتمثل نموذجاً حقيقياً لتكامل جهود المؤسسات غير الربحية مع الجهود الوطنية والدولية، مشكلة رمزاً للأمل والعمل والتقدم، مؤكدة أن الاستثمار في قدرات الشباب هو حجر الأساس لبناء مستقبل مزدهر وآمن للجميع. وفي هذا السياق يطيب لي أن أتوجه بخالص الشكر والتقدير إلى سعادة الأستاذ عبد الله الفوزان مؤسس هذه الجائزة على رؤيته الريادية وإيمانه العميق بأهمية تمكين الشباب والعلماء حول العالم، ودعمه اللامحدود الذي جعل هذه المبادرة حقيقة ملموسة. إن هذه المبادرة تعكس كيف يمكن للمبادرات الفردية حين تتكامل مع الأهداف العالمية أن تحدث أثراً لا ينسى وتترك بصمة فارقة في حياة الأجيال القادمة. الحضور الكريم، لقد انطلقت جائزة الفوزان اليونسكو الدولية لتقدير العلماء الشباب في مجالات العلوم والتكنولوجيا والهندسة والرياضيات STEM في أكتوبر 2021 كأول جائزة عالمية للشباب في مجال STEM تحت مظلة اليونسكو. وخلال فترة وجيزة أصبحت منصة دولية مرموقة لتكريم التميز العلمي، ورافداً أساسياً يتكامل مع استراتيجية اليونسكو في تعزيز تعليم العلوم والتكنولوجيا وتشجيع النساء والفتيات على الانخراط في المسارات العلمية ودعم العلماء الشباب. وها نحن اليوم نشهد انعقاد الدورة الثانية من هذه الجائزة التي أسهمت منذ تأسيسها في تشجيع الابتكار وترسيخ التنوع الجغرافي وتعزيز التعاون الدولي في مجالات STEM. نحتفي اليوم بفائزي هذه النسخة الثانية من الجائزة اعترافاً بتميزهم واستحقاقهم الكامل لهذا التكريم، فهم يجسدون ما يمكن أن يحققه الشباب حين تتاح لهم الفرصة. إن قصص نجاحهم التي سنسمعها هي مصدر إلهام لنا جميعاً، وتؤكد أن مستقبل هذا العالم بين أيدي واعدة قادرة على صناعة الفرق، كما أن مساهمات هذه الجائزة ستظل إضافة نوعية لمسيرة العلم ومحركاً مهماً لدعم المواهب الشابة حول العالم. كما أعرب عن عميق الشكر لكل من ساهم في إنجاح هذه الجائزة وإلى لجنة التحكيم الموقرة التي بذلت جهداً كبيراً في تقييم الأعمال، ولكل من يؤمن بدور الشباب والعلم والتعاون الدولي في صناعة الغد. الحضور الكريم، مجدداً نبارك للفائزين في هذا الإنجاز الاستثنائي، وهنيئاً لهم ما حققوه من تميز، ونتمنى لهم التوفيق في رحلتهم العلمية، وأن تكون إنجازاتهم مصدر إلهام للأجيال القادمة. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
شكراً جزيلاً معاليكم. بالفعل الجهود السعودية في كافة المجالات مدعاة للفخر لنا كسعوديين في كل مكان في العالم.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency Abdelilah Ali Tres, for your insightful remarks and for highlighting the vital role of science and youth in building our shared future. And finally, the person behind this very prize, celebrating science, knowledge, and outstanding young scientists from all around the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming Dr. Nada Al-Nafi', CEO of the Abdullah Al-Fozan Foundation for Education, on behalf of Mr. Abdullah bin Abdul Latif Al-Fozan. Please give her a very warm applause. Thank you.
In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, Your Excellencies, Ministers, distinguished guests, colleagues and friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allow me first of all to extend my sincere apologies on behalf of Mr. Abdullah Al-Fozan, who is unable to join us today. I will be delivering his speech on his behalf. It is with a profound sense of purpose and immense joy that I welcome you tonight. We are gathered here for a cause that lies at the very heart of our convictions: to honor and empower the brilliant minds who are tirelessly designing a brighter future for all of us. We have come together to celebrate more than just discovery. We celebrate potential. We are here to recognize the power of a curious mind and the determination of a generation that turns theory into tangible benefit for humanity. We are here to champion the young scientists whose work today is the very bedrock of our tomorrow. This prize was born from a fundamental belief that the greatest force to change on this planet is a supported, empowered, and celebrated scientific mind. This prize was established as a beginning of a journey. It is designed to illuminate the path for those who illuminate the world, to shine a steadfast light on creativity, and to provide a platform for exceptional talent. For we firmly believe that an idea is the genesis of transformation, and that true empowerment is the catalyst for global development. This award is a testament to that belief. And so, the true impact we seek is for this prize to be a beacon that inspires minds to dream even larger, to find elegant solutions to our most complex challenges, and to build unshakable bridges of cooperation between all nations. Science is our common heritage, and scientists are our most precious, inexhaustible resource, wellspring of hope. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening, our celebration finds its highest expression in the exceptional individuals we have the honor to recognize. It is therefore our immense personal pleasure to directly congratulate the 5 brilliant laureates for this year's prize. Your ingenuity, dedication, and perseverance have set you apart. On behalf of everyone involved in this initiative, we extend our warmest congratulations You are not just the recipients of an award, you are the very embodiment of the vision we strive to support. We celebrate you, we believe in you, and we cannot wait to see the incredible impact you will undoubtedly have on our world. This moment of pride is made possible through a partnership with UNESCO and resonates deeply with the forward-looking vision of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, a vision steadfastly committed to the progress and prosperity of humanity everywhere. This achievement belongs to all of you, to the laureates for your brilliance, to our partners for your faith, and to every individual who has helped build this platform for empowerment. Together, we are not just honoring achievement, we are planting the seeds for a forest of knowledge that will shelter generations to come. Thank you for sharing in this vision. Let us continue to support the thinkers, celebrate the doers, and build a legacy of impact together. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, دكتورة ندى. يعطيك العافية.
And we are eager to discover the exceptional young talents who will be honored this evening by the prize of this year.
But before unveiling this year's laureates, let's move on to Act 2 of our celebration, Hajar.
Abdulaziz, it's called A Galaxy of Possibilities. And for this second musical chapter, we present an immersive creation, merging tradition and innovation, celebrating an instrument of great symbolism, the oud. We invite you now to experience and enjoy this original creation and choreography.
Thank you so much. The timeless sound of the oud. It's so beautiful, Hajar.
Indeed, Abdulaziz. And of course, we would like to thank our artists today. We have Emma, Dimitri, and Jean-Pierre. Amazing alchemy. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a huge round of applause.
They deserve it. That was so beautiful.
A fusion of sounds, light, where tradition meets innovation, unfolding in this iconic setting, a celebration of heritage and progress of timeless beauty and forward-looking vision, all brought together in one unforgettable artistic moment here in the beautiful French capital, Paris.
Indeed, هاجر. أجواء بديعة وجميلة نعيشها معكم حضورنا الكرام من قلب العاصمة الفرنسية باريس ومن رحاب مقر اليونسكو. هذا المقر العريق في هذه القاعة التي يفيض فضاؤها بالجمال والأمل والبهاء. هنا حيث يلتقي التاريخ بالعراقة وتتناغم رسائل العلم مع أنغام الإبداع. نصنع معاً لحظات تكتمل فيها روعة المكان بروعة حضوركم أيضاً حضورنا الكريم، ويتجدد فيها الإيمان بقيمة الإنسان وبأفق يزهو بالسلام والتقدم والأمل لكل الإنسانية.
بالفعل Abdelaziz. And now, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, we now turn our attention finally to the prize, its distinguished jury this year's edition, and above all, the 2025 laureates. And to share more about this year's edition, we are delighted to welcome on stage Ms. Katia Echazareta, Vice Chair of the Jury of the Prize.
Please give her a very warm welcome.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, colleagues, laureates, it is my great honor to address you today as Vice Chair of the jury for the UNESCO FOZAN Prize. For me, personally, being here at UNESCO carries a special meaning. As a young Mexican girl who once dreamed of science, outer space, and innovation, I could only imagine what it might feel like to one day stand in this house of incredible knowledge and global cooperation. To now be here in this role is both humbling and profoundly inspiring. On behalf of the entire jury, I wish to share what an extraordinary experience this process has been. From the outset, we were deeply impressed by the caliber of the candidates. The range of achievements, the creativity, and the dedication demonstrated in the applications were nothing short of incredible and inspiring. Each candidate reminded us of the immense potential of young scientists and the extraordinary ways in which they are shaping our shared future. Our deliberations were not easy. The selection process demanded long and rigorous days as we studied, debated, and reflected on the merits of each candidate. Narrowing it down was a daunting task because so many of the applicants were truly exceptional. I want to emphasize that even among those not named as laureates today, we saw remarkable work that deserves recognition and will undoubtedly continue to make an impact in the years ahead. This is what makes prizes such as this one so important. They not only celebrate individual excellence, but also signal to the world the value of investing in science, in innovation, and in young leaders. They affirm that these voices matter and that their contributions can light the way forward for all of us. For young leaders, it is common to hear the phrase, "You are great for your age." But the leaders we see here today before us are not great for their age. They are simply great. To the laureates, you represent the very best of this spirit. On behalf of the jury, I extend our heartfelt congratulations. May this recognition strengthen your passion and amplify your work. Lastly, to the laureates, I just want to mention that in the end, after all of the deliberations, all of us came to the unanimous agreement that you were the one that needed to be here with us today. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Ms. Etchazareta, for your clarity and insight.
It was certainly not an easy task, yet we are certain it brings great inspiration to witness so many talented and unique profiles from around the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, are you all ready to meet the 2025 laureates?
Before that, and before we begin the announcements, I'd like to welcome back on stage Ms. Lydia Brito, Dr. Abdillah Ali Al-Tkhais, and Mr. Salman Abdallah Al-Fozan, and Dr. Nada Al-Nafi'. Please join us on stage. Hajar, the owner of the first announcement, is yours.
Thank you, Abdelaziz. Ladies and gentlemen, let us begin this celebration with the laureate representing the African region. Mesdames et messieurs, commençons cette célébration par le lauréat qui représente l'Afrique. Mr. Ndaudika Mulandeleni from Namibia. Let's watch this short clip or film just before we welcome him on stage.
One of the questions I've always asked myself is to say, why do Africans consume technology, but not many times we make technology? So that question has always bothered me since a very long time. Right now, I live in Windhoek. That's where I work at the Minds in Action STEM Center. I'm currently specializing in STEM education, whereby my main task is to expose learners to STEM educational activities. During my childhood, I was very curious. I always liked to try out new things. I would take things apart like radios and see what's inside. I also had a wild imagination. When I hear a certain scientific concept, I try to think about what can I be able to use it for? How can I be able to make something useful out of that concept? Yes. I got to find out that actually science and mathematics is not just a subject we are learning for the sake of getting grades, but we could also make something useful out of it. I work at the Minds in Action STEM Center in Windhoek, which is an environment whereby children from different schools across Windhoek come after school and learn skills in STEM education like robotics, coding, 3D printing, and so on. But I also work in remote areas like in rural schools, whereby we take STEM learning kits and computers like laptops, and then we go to those children in their schools and we expose them to STEM education. We are reaching the most remote communities where you find children who have never used a computer before. There's no resources, there's no computer labs, there's no proper laboratories where children can actually be able to see what they are learning. Our work then is bringing in that exposure. My major dream is to have an impact on the learners that we work with. I want them to be able to understand that learning is not just about knowing, but it's also about doing, using that knowledge to come up with something useful to society. Because science or STEM just brings up so many opportunities. That is a very good journey to be able to start as a young person. And then for us to make children more interested, make it practical, make it fun, and let the children be at the center of their own learning. It could be any child from any remote area, from anywhere, that could be able to learn this STEM skill and be able to look at the global challenges and be able to apply their thinking and then be able to solve such a challenge using the correct concepts of STEM education. STEM education is the way to change the world because the correct exposure to the children who are the future leaders could be able to lead them to solve the most pressing challenges in the world.
Mr. Ndaudika Molandeleni, representing the African region, is rewarded for his leadership of the Minds in Action STEAM Center, an initiative in Namibia dedicated to empowering youth through science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics education.
Congratulations, Mr. Ndaudika. Could you please join us on stage?
Esteemed members of UNESCO, representatives of the FOZAN Foundation, distinguished guests, and fellow scientists, Matokeropo, it is an honor to stand before you tonight as a recipient of the UNESCO FOZAN Prize for the promotion of young scientists in STEM. I'm deeply grateful to UNESCO and the FOZAN Foundation for recognizing our work and for championing the transformative power of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in the world. Our journey in STEM started in high school when my friend Andreas and I participated in a school science fair. At that time, we challenged ourselves to come up with a sustainable and a government viable way of making bricks for our community. With relative success, we were able to benefit from this project because it enhanced our problem-solving abilities, and it planted a seed that continues to grow, shaping who we are today. In 2018, we established the Minds in Action STEM Center with a purpose to expose Namibian children to STEM educational activities. Based on our own experience, we recognize the value of early-stage exposure, especially through learning by doing. Since then, we have exposed over 5,000 learners to STEM educational activities, reaching the most remote areas in Namibia. 60% of these learners are girls, and from the under-resourced schools, where you find that some learners will be their first experience to encounter a computer. Unlike traditional methods of teaching STEM as separate subjects, integrated STEM allows learners to understand how to apply math and science concepts that they are learning to technology and engineering. They can clearly see how a concept that they learn in the mathematics classroom or in a physical classroom can be able to be used in coding, or how it can be used to improve the quality of their prototype. This realization is life-changing because it encourages learning and it gives space to explore new ideas. It enhances their creativity in solving real-world challenges. I want to give one example. Earlier this year, we went to a community called Opuo. We asked the children to say, after you have gone through the courses of coding, electronics, and 3D printing, you learn these courses. Now look in your community, identify a challenge, and come up with a solution. So one learner, a girl, said there is a challenge in their community of elephants, elephant-human conflict. The elephants will come and destroy their crops. So one day, she tells us the story that her and her aunts saw the elephants coming at night, and then they had to take firewood to wave for them to move away, to change their course. And on that unfortunate night, an elephant charged towards them, killing her aunt. And this learner says she's going to come up with a solution which she's going to use sensors, thermal sensors to detect when elephants are coming. Then she can be able to automate a process whereby you should use flashlights, And also in their culture, they know that elephants get irritated by the smell of chili. So she's going to make a solution of chili and then use sprinklers to automatically spray those in the air when the elephants are coming. So this is one example of many innovative solutions that our learners will be able to come up with. That is why for us, this prize is not just an award. It is a step forward, an encouragement, and a motivation for us to be able to do more. We thank you, UNESCO, the FOZAN Foundation, and everyone who is helping to inspire young scientists to learn, to think, and to create. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ndaudika. Please
Kindly
in
remain on stage with us, and I would like to invite our officials to present the prize to Mr. Ndaudika
تفضلوا
Mulondelini.
على منتصف المسرح لتقديم الجائزة.
Center of the stage, please. Wonderful. Many congratulations to our first laureate this evening. Thank you very much.
You deserve it. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
so
Mr.
much.
Ndaudika Mulondelini, representing the African region.
Yes, he deserves it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet this year's second laureate representing the Arab states.
Et maintenant, mesdames et messieurs, découvrons le second lauréat représentant les États arabes.
Dr. Monia Al-Asiri from Morocco.
Why does the universe exist in its form, and are there any new unknown forces or particles yet to be discovered? My name is Monia Al-Asiri. I'm currently working as a postdoc researcher at Brookhaven National Laboratory. Some member of my family believes that I should stay home, but actually I want to educate, to inspire, to help change the society for better. I was sure that I would like to dedicate my life to the physics and science. I'm working on the Atlas experiment at the Large Hadron Collider. It's like the largest and big particle accelerator ever built. I'm responsible for testing the Atlas inner tracker. We track particles in high energy, and we will take this data to analyze them. And all of those parameters will allow us to observe new phenomena and to answer some of the most fundamental questions about the universe, like what is dark matter. Being one of a few women in a room means you will face stereotypes, you will face underestimation and lack of role model. And of course, those challenges are real, but actually they fuels me to make a good impact through monitoring and inspiring next generation and helping them not only to success in their field, but also to take on leadership and to make their voices heard. The future of STEM lies in young researchers. We need to give those talented minds opportunities. Through their curiosity, they can make a huge difference in our future. I'm especially grateful to UNESCO and FOZAN Foundation for this support. It reaffirms my belief that science can be both outstanding and inclusive. As a woman and African and Arab physicist, I would say that this award sends a powerful message that our contributions truly matter. It will fuel me to keep empowering and inspiring the next generation of physicists.
Dr. Mounia Al-Asiri, representing the Arab states, is rewarded for her leadership in technology development in large international collaborations in high-energy physics, as well as in science education.
نحتفل اليوم بالدكتورة مونيا العسيري المرشحة عن الدول العربية، سيدة جعلت من التعاون الدولي طريقاً للتقدم التقني ومن تعليم العلوم منبراً لصقل العقول. ألف مبروك دكتورة، تفضلي معنا على المسرح.
Please join us on stage, Dr. Mounia Al-Asiri.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I accept with humility this UNESCO Al-FOZAN Prize. My journey started in Sali, in Morocco. It was a humble beginning marked by Ubuntu, I am because you are. It has been a journey marred with various challenges: cultural in the expected roles of women, educational in the scientific field with so few women, Arabs and Africans, and societal in scientific field with so few women, Arabs and Africans, and societal in the difficulties in reintegrating us. Yet, I stand before you as a testament to the support of family, mentors, community, and my determination to achieve more than the cultural expectations of a good wife. I acknowledge my family, especially my mother, a Moroccan woman without formal education, but she embodies dedication, patience, and courage. A woman from whom I learned to face challenges and received the encouragement to pursue my dreams recently. I acknowledge the impact of my mentors, among them Professor Raja Sharqawi Al-Mursli, a UNESCO laureate and example of excellence in the male-dominated fields of nuclear and particle physics where I work. I acknowledge my cultural and religious background, and I'm grateful for the presence of Allah in my life. I'm proud of the education that I received in Morocco. It gave me the foundation to be competitive at the international stage. I'm fortunate for the opportunity to do postdoctoral studies outside my country. I have learned a lot by working in the international atmosphere of physicists. I work on the detector instrumentation and performance and physics research for the Atlas experiment, a collaboration of about 6,000 members worldwide. Regardlessly, the Arab and African presence is low, being limited to Morocco, United Arab Emirates, and South Africa. I also work in physics education, communication, outreach, and fostering research collaborations. I do this by organizing summer schools for the university students, training high school teachers, motivating high school learners, and organizing physics and conferences and lectures. These are my small ways of developing research collaborations, motivating future talents, erasing stereotypes, and being a role model. I was moved when in one event, a high school girl said, "I didn't know that you are a physicist." I thought physicists are male with funny hairs and still lab coats. You are a woman, you dress well, and you don't need a lab coat. I thank UNESCO and Al-FOZAN Foundation for setting up this prize. Winning it encourages me to keep going, to keep blazing trails and do better. Thank you.
Alf Mabruk, Dr. Mounia, congratulations.
ألف مبروك.
Incredible work. Please join us at the center of the stage. To receive your prize, congratulations, Dr. Mounia from Morocco.
ألف مبروك. Yes, please. Thank you, Dr. Lasiri, and congratulations again. Thank you so much. You deserve it.
ألف مبروك.
She deserves it. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, our third laureate this evening represents Asia and the Pacific region. Notre troisième lauréat ce soir, représentant l'Asie et la région Pacifique, est Professor Li Jingxing from China.
In my hometown, there's a small river into the Yellow River. I play a lot in the river side, so that's why I think I love water a lot. And I think that is a deep bond between myself and the ocean. I worked in the Institute of Atmospheric Physics, Chinese Academy of Sciences. Our institute is dedicated to study atmospheric and climate science. I was born in a quite big family. In the beginning, for the childhood, I don't really have any background in science because, in the small town, I don't really have any chance to contact to any scientists in China. So all the family members, they care a lot about education. I studied mathematics, I studied computer science. I really learned how to use my mathematics or physics skills to solve some realistic problems. My research field is ocean and climate, so I mainly answer two scientific questions. The first one is how does ocean changes in the changing climate? The second one is what is the role of the ocean in the climate system? Actually, I'm working mainly in the institute with the computer to collect the ocean data and analyze ocean data. I monitor how ocean salinity changes, monitor how the ocean is losing oxygen in the changing climate with all this data. This high-quality database is really helpful to people to assess the risk of ocean changes. Second part of research is more scientific. It's really important to shape the Earth's climate and weather system. Ocean stores more than 90% of anthropogenic heat. How this kind of heat impacts the climate system and the weather system. That is my scientific direction of research. Become the driver of the change means responsibility for me. You have to really criticize to yourself. Am I doing things properly? Am I processing data correctly? My background is not ocean or climate science. My background is mathematics, applied mathematics. So it takes me a lot of time to know what is data are and what's the meaning of the information behind this data. My suggestion to the young people before the university and after the university, try everything, experience everything, and then find the life that you want to live.
Professor Li Jingxing, representing Asia and the Pacific region, is rewarded for his contribution to providing scientific evidence for marine climate change as a critical basis for risk assessment, climate change adaptation and mitigation.
بروفيسور لي جينغ تشين ممثلا عن إقليم آسيا والمحيط الهادي نال هذا التكريم تقديرا لإسهاماته العلمية في كشف الحقائق في التغير المناخي البحري تحديدا، وما وفره من أدلة أصبحت أساسا جوهريا لتقييم المخاطر ووضع استراتيجيات التكيف والتخفيف من آثار تغير المناخ. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Laureate Professor Li Jingxing on stage.
Thanks. I'm deeply honored to receive the UNESCO FOZAN International Prize First, I would like to take my opportunities to thank UNESCO and FOZAN Foundation to promoting young scholars working on STEM. This is truly encouragement for us who is working in these fields. So thanks. And I grew up in the mountain area in the Louis Plantain in the north middle part of China. When I was a teenager, I kept asking myself, what is the meaning of life? What kind of life should I live? So I found the answer to these questions after living in the mountain areas to work on the scientific research. It helps me to open my eyes, to get myself linked to the people all over the world, to see diverse cultures from different countries, and give me opportunities to serve the entire human race. So my research in particular focused on ocean and climate change. So everyone on Earth depends on ocean, and everyone is dependent and impacted by the climate. So I'm deeply humbled that my research has positive impacts on the people and society, and helps the world adapt and mitigate global climate change. I think that forms the meaning of my life. All my works were done with the support of my institute, the Institute of Atmospheric Physics, Chinese Academy of Sciences. So I appreciate the outstanding support of my work. My research career was also profoundly impacted by several senior researchers around the world, like Professor Jiang Zhu from IAPCAS, Professor Kevin Chambers from NCAR, and John Abraham from St. Thomas University in US. So I appreciate their willingness to pass their knowledge, experiences, and opportunities to me and other young researchers, so the new generations can really stand on their shoulders. So I also thank my colleagues and friends all over the world, and we share the same hope to work together for a solution to grand challenge. For now, I also supervise in students and postdocs and operate in a small group. I hope I can do as well as these senior researchers and train new generation. But they apparently did a fantastic job, so their hard work makes us a really powerful team. Finally, thanks to my family for their support. I have a small daughter who is only 1.5 years old. So looking into her bright eyes, we know that children like my daughter are the future. And I sincerely hope that we can hand over the next generation a better world. Let's continue to unite for a better future. Thanks.
Congratulations to you, Professor Ching. Thank you so much.
Kindly join us center stage to receive your prize. Congratulations, Professor Li Jingxing from China.
Congratulations, Professor. Thank you so much. You deserve it.
Well deserved, Professor Li Jingxing from China. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, let's now introduce our fourth laureate of the evening, representing Europe and North America.
Et maintenant, découvrons notre quatrième lauréat représentant l'Europe et l'Amérique du Nord.
From Cyprus, Dr. Kyriaki Mikhailidou.
Breast cancer affects millions of people, millions of women and their families. Having in mind that actually what we do can help and can save some of these lives is the most important part of our work and motivation. I'm Kyriaki Mikhailidou. I'm 38 years old. Our work has to do with breast cancer genetics. So we're interested in identifying which genetic factors are associated with breast cancer development. We have data sets with more than hundreds of thousands of women from across the globe. And we use complex statistical methodologies to uncover which of those variants are associated with breast cancer and which are not. I'm at the Biostatistics Unit of the Cyprus Institute of Neurology and Genetics, where I lead a team of very talented young minds. I also love to educate and make the next generation of scientists part of our work. I was fortunate enough to have amazing mentors. They quietly and resiliently supported me all through the years and actually made me to the scientist I am now. I was a curious child. I always loved to explore things, and I think that curiosity never left. I was always fascinated by how things work, so that was the main connection that I had to science. Because I think science is about understanding, about curiosity. It's really good to have this diverse and really exchanging of ideas, which can only come from when we take every person's view into account. I always question myself. Did I do something right? Did I do something wrong? Did I mess something up? And if I'm certain about everything, there's lots of times that I've said I'll give up, but because I love what I do, I just want to keep going. The survival rate of breast cancer is quite high, depending on the subtype. And basically what we're trying to do with our research is trying to identify those women that are more likely to benefit from early intervention. We want to have impact in healthcare policies, both nationally and internationally, in order to aid prevention for breast cancer. Well, I think it's really important to show to younger generations from early on the possibilities of science and what's the impact of it. I think young people going into science now are more resilient and they actually are quite a lot driven by impact. So they want to have real impact on life. We've seen tremendous changes over the last years, especially with artificial intelligence and all the different programs that comes out every day. I think we have to use it in a way that is for our benefit, and we have to educate also the children and the new generations to use it in a right way.
Dr. Kyriaki Mikhailidou, representing Europe and North America, is rewarded for her pioneering methodologies to define breast cancer risk prediction tools that have been already adopted in international clinic guidelines.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's welcome together Laureate Dr. Kyriaki Mikhailidou on stage.
Distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends. I'm truly honored to receive this award, especially coming from UNESCO and the FOZAN Foundation for Young Scientists in STEM. Standing here tonight, I feel deep gratitude, not only for this recognition, but also for the journey that brought me here. Science is never a solitary pursuit. It is a collective effort of mentors who inspire us, colleagues who challenge us, and collaborators who work alongside us to push the boundaries of knowledge. My own work focuses on breast cancer genetics and the identification of risk factors that can help us detect cancer earlier and give patients a better chance at life. While the science is complex, its purpose is simple: to reduce suffering and to bring hope. And I know that none of this would be possible without the power of collaboration. From biostatisticians to clinicians, from laboratory researchers to patient advocates, every contribution strengthens the impact of what we do. This recognition carries a special meaning for me because I come from a small country. I come from Cyprus. In smaller nations, resources are often limited. But ambition, creativity, determinations are not. Being able to contribute to global science from Cyprus and to show that size does not limit impact is something that makes this award even more profound. I'm also deeply grateful for the institutions that have shaped my journey. The Cyprus Institute of Neurology and Genetics, where I work today, the University of Cambridge, where I did my PhD, the University of Oxford, and the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki, where I was fortunate to learn, grow, and collaborate. Each of these institutions has shown me that science flourishes when diverse communities come together, share knowledge and pursue discoveries with openness and resilience. Moreover, I extend my sincere gratitude to colleagues worldwide in the Breast Cancer Association Consortium, the Enigma Consortium, whose contributions have profoundly shaped my professional passion and commitment. I'm also extremely grateful to the talented team at the Biostatistics Unit who work effortlessly to make our work even more impactful. I would also like to thank my family, my parents, George and Argirulla, who resiliently supported me. Their support, patience, and understanding have been the foundations that made it possible for me to pursue this path. And most importantly, a great thank you goes to my husband, Euripides, and my kids, Ariro and Theodoros, who are here, for their support, understanding, and the fact, sorry. Sorry? And actually, the fact that they have to put up with me every day. My daughter always asks me, why do you need to travel all the time? But that's part of it. And this award also belongs to them as much as it does belong to me as well. Looking to the future, I believe our responsibility as scientists is not only to continue advancing knowledge, but also to empower the next generation. They will ask questions we cannot yet imagine, and they will carry forward the spirit of collaboration and courage that science demands. My hope is that by working together across countries, disciplines, and generations, we can create a future where innovation is shared, prevention is stronger, and lives are saved, and where no one's hopes and dreams fall behind because of their gender or their ethnic background. Thank you for this recognition and for supporting a vision of science that is inclusive, collaborative, and full of hope for the next generations to come. Ευχαριστώ. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kyriaki Mikhailidou. Congratulations. Kindly make your way center stage to receive your prize, Dr. Kyriaki Mikhailidou from Cyprus.
Well deserved. Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Kyriaki. Congratulations again. Thank you, Doctor.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our final laureate this evening, representing Latin America and the Caribbean. Découvrons désormais notre lauréat final représentant l'Amérique latine et les Caraïbes, Dr. Rosa Vázquez Espinosa from Peru. Congratulations.
A big key role model for me has always been my grandmother, for sharing with me all of her traditional wisdom. She taught me to dream high and to not ask for permission to do something unique and different. My name is Rosa Vázquez Espinosa. I am a Peruvian PhD scientist with Amazonian and Andean indigenous roots. I explore nature through a chemical biology lens, looking at the molecules, DNA, and behavior that drives adaptation, survival, and regeneration in the Amazon forest. Our science research on bees is helping to protect vital pollinators and the food systems associated, is regenerating the Amazon forests as well as empowering indigenous communities. Our science also served as the basis of a new law that was created very recently that marks a historic shift in Peru to recognize for the first time stingless bees as our native pollinators. Stingless bees, in my opinion, are the keystone species to help regenerate the Amazon forests. They are the most efficient pollinators that we have. And so I see them as guardians of the forest, the hope for our future. Being a woman from the global south in elite scientific spaces meant I had to constantly prove my worth. There were times where I felt discouraged, especially when facing funding walls, sexism, or watching the Amazon burns. But I overcome that, inspired by the communities and the youth that we work with, where their resilience fuels mine. My science communication work is inspiring youth and leaders around the globe to consider nature as a central component of their missions and work days so that together we can build a better future. What motivates me in my work is seeing the faces of girls in the Amazon and around the world who see me and realize they can be scientists too, without leaving their roots behind. The FOZAN Prize is not just a recognition of my work. It is a recognition of all of those who have been excluded from science for too long. It's a door opening wider, and I intend to leave it open for many more.
Dr. Rosa Vasquez Espinoza, representing Latin America and the Caribbean, is rewarded for her work in biodiversity in the Amazon, where she integrates scientific innovation with indigenous knowledge through multinational partnerships and also mentors underrepresented researchers and expands conservation strategies.
يمنح هذا التكريم للدكتورة روزا فاسكيز اسبينوزا ممثلة أمريكا اللاتينية والكاريبي لعملها في مجال التنوع البيولوجي في الأمازون، حيث دمجت الابتكار العلمي بالمعرفة التقليدية وقدمت الدعم للباحثين الشباب ووسعت من خطط الحفاظ على البيئة. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome together our last laureate, Dr. Rosa Vasquez Espinoza, on stage.
Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, tonight I stand here not alone, but on the shoulders of many. Indigenous women who came before me, and indigenous people who have protected life for generations, many of whom never had the chance of doing what I do today or stand in a stage like this. I feel like I am embodying my ancestors' dreams. Many said I had an impossible dream. A young girl from Peru without connections or funding, reshaping conservation in the Amazon with indigenous-led science. Through my work, I have learned that knowledge systems, scientific, ancestral, and cultural, do not fracture us or divide us. They unite us. And the work we are leading is living proof of that. Because what begins in the Amazon doesn't end in the Amazon. It teaches us about leadership, resilience, and adaptability in a changing world. To every youth that tells me they feel proud of their roots and culture as they are advancing science, I say, keep going. We need you. The world needs you. To my 12-year-old self who dreamt of protecting our forests and oceans, I say, do not ever give up. I want to thank my family in Peru, my husband who is here with me, and my colleagues and partners who walk this path with me. Amazon Research Internacional, the organization I founded and lead, Ecoashaninka, Reserva Comunal Ashaninka, the Cucama-Cucamiria communities in Loreto, Earth Law Center, For Nature, Universidad Peruana de Ciencias Aplicadas, and the Laboratory of Biomolecules, On the Edge, Bees for Development, and many more. Thank you for sharing this dream with me and teaching me that every community and every team has something unique to share with the world. And thank you to Fatima Rieta for providing me with this beautiful dress that represents my ancestral roots from Peru. Through this journey, I have learned that the Amazon is both ancient and future. Its ancestral wisdom guides us, and now as we embrace modern scientific tools and AI to protect our native stingless bees, the oldest bees of our planet, our medicinal flora, wildlife, and forests, we do so with the descendants of our indigenous ancestors, as well as international collaborators besides us, co-creating together. Thus far, we have been able to save over 2 million bees, hundreds of thousands of rainforests. We have even inspired a historic law in Peru to protect our native pollinators and train hundreds of indigenous women and youth, who hopefully will be the next future scientists in Peru. Because the real future of conservation, science, and exploration is not choosing between tradition and technology. It is about bringing these two knowledge systems together. Thank you to UNESCO and FOZAN Foundation for believing in young women in STEM, including those from the Global South, and for encouraging us to be fully ourselves. And finally, I thank nature itself, our Pachamama, Mother Earth, because nature is alive, and it is time that we begin to recognize her rights. Thank you, nature, for letting us study and explore your forests and rivers. Thank you for giving us so much and for not giving up on us. We won't let you down. I even titled my book, The Spirit of the Rainforest, because everything I do begins and ends with that spirit, alive, guiding, and teaching us how to live. Because sustainability, it is not just a concept. It is a way of living, a way of leading. And with local care acts, we can have global impact, including when it begins in the deep corners of the Amazon rainforest. Vamos, Peru. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Rosa Vasquez Espinoza, for your inspiring words. Kindly make your way center stage to receive your prize.
Well-deserved.
Congratulations, well-deserved. Dr. Rosa Vasquez Espinoza from Peru, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations, Doctor.
Our final laureate for this evening, Dr. Rosa Vasquez Espinoza.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much. Yes, please.
What an extraordinary talent we have witnessed, ladies and gentlemen, all together here today. It is truly inspiring, and what an exceptional lineup of gifted young scientists. We wish to extend our sincere gratitude to all members of the jury for their dedication, discernment, and commitment. Our laureates this year have distinguished themselves in remarkable ways, Abdulaziz, and we are deeply impressed by their achievements.
Indeed, Hajar, and the celebration, ladies and gentlemen, is not over yet.
Cette célébration, mesdames et messieurs, n'est pas encore terminée.
And before we move on to our beautiful final musical act, I would like now to invite our 5 laureates for a group photograph. Please, come forward.
Venez nous rejoindre sur scène, chers lauréats, pour la photo de groupe.
Congratulations. Well deserved.
Our 5 laureates of the 2025 FOZAN Prize. Congratulations to you all, well deserved. And now I would like to also welcome the jury members and Miss Lina Al-Faleh to join us on the stage for the final group picture. Please make your way to the stage.
معالي المهندس خالد الفالح وزير الاستثمار السعودي للتفضل بتشريفنا في هذه الصورة الختامية. الفائزين بهذه النسخة من الجائزة. Congratulations for all of our laureates.
And now for our final group photograph with our jury members, our 5 laureates, our officials.
Nice. Smile.
To make this moment unforgettable.
What a moment. Thank you so much everyone. Thank you for your coming. شكرا جزيلا معاليك. نورتنا وحضورك شرف لنا. شكرا جزيلا.
Merci à vous tous.
Well, Hajar, what a night.
What a beautiful night, indeed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in few moments, our final musical act will begin with Frédéric Castal. With this piece, we look forward, or we look towards the future, to future generations, and a journey propelled by hope, energy, progress, and youth, Abdelaziz.
Indeed, سيداتي وسادتي، أمسيتنا لم تنتهي قبل أن نختمها مع الوصلة الموسيقية الأخيرة بصوت الفنانة المبدعة فريدريك كاستال. ومع هذه المقطوعة نتوجه بأنظارنا نحو المستقبل، نحو الأجيال القادمة في رحلة تحمل في طياتها طاقات الأمل والتقدم والشباب، رحلة تلهمها أيضا سير المكرمين هذا المساء الذين جعلوا من العلم رسالة ومن الإبداع إرثاً للأجيال.
Mesdames et messieurs, dans quelques instants, nous aurons le plaisir d'accueillir notre dernier moment musical interprété par la talentueuse Frédéric Castal. À travers cette pièce, nous retournerons notre regard vers l'avenir, vers les générations à venir, un voyage porté par l'espoir, l'énergie, le progrès et la jeunesse.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final musical act, Step into the Future.
Shine some light to lead us into brighter lands. So what do we do now? The future lies with you now. Step by step we've gathered all the keys and now we're standing at your door. Our time has come to give some back and keep you waiting anymore. So what do we do now? Pull up your sleeves, make a move, do something we need. To pull up our sleeves, make a move, do something we need. To make believe, make a stand, do something we need. Piece by piece we'll put you back together, help you rise, ignite your glow. difference be the change we're waiting for? So what do we do now? Our future lies with you now. Pull up your sleeves, make a move, do something we need. To pull up our sleeves, make a move, do something we need. To make believe, make a move, do something we need. Pull up our sleeves, make a stand, do something we need. Piece by piece we'll put you back together. Piece by piece we'll put you back together. Piece by piece we'll put you back together. Let your rise ignite your glow. Pull up your sleeves, make a move, do something we need. To pull up our sleeves, make a move, do something we need. To make believe, make a stand, do something we need. Pull up our sleeves, make a move, do something we need. To pull up our sleeves, make a move, do something we need. To make believe, make a stand, do something we need. Our future lies with you now. Thank you.
What a performance.
Thank you, Frederica.
What a captivating performance. Frederica Stahl, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We enjoyed it.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are truly grateful for your presence with us this evening. It has been a true privilege and a joy to share this celebration together. Excellences, mesdames et messieurs, merci encore de votre présence ce soir. Ce fut un privilège et une joie de partager cette célébration avec vous.
أصحاب المعالي والسعادة، السيدات والسادة، بحضوركم اكتمل بهاء هذه الأمسية، زادها رونقاً، زادها جمالاً. تقاسمنا معاً لحظات ستبقى راسخة في الذاكرة، ونختمها بامتنان عميق لوجودكم معنا. ندعوكم الآن إلى المشاركة في حفل الاستقبال المقام حيث يتواصل الود واللقاء. وباسم اليونسكو ومؤسسة عبد الله الفوزان للتعليم نشكركم جزيل الشكر على حضوركم.
We now warmly invite you to continue this evening with us at a lively reception which will be held in Hall Ségur, just outside this room on behalf of the UNESCO and the Abdallah Fawzan Foundation for Education. We wish you a most pleasant evening. De la part de l'UNESCO et de la Abdallah Fawzan Foundation for Education, nous vous souhaitons une excellente soirée. Merci. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Au revoir.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you.